Good evening, everyone. I'm back for part two. I didn't finish, even after 20 minutes. I didn't get through everything. And the purpose of part two is to issue an apology. The public apology has become very popular, and I'm no exception. So I'm going to try to glom onto some of your sympathy and some of your hugs and your cares by giving you my sincere apologies for something that I might not have even have done, or might not be my fault. So the first thing I want to apologize for is the disgraceful behavior of Pippa and Sula during the last YouTube video. I didn't realize how offensive they were, how obnoxious, how insensitive their panting was. The noise, I know, can be disturbing to people, and I apologize if they're panting and they're shaking and all of their bulldog noises that they made offended anyone or upset anyone. So I would like to sincerely apologize for that. And I take full responsibility. I would like to apologize to the wife of Drew Brees for apologizing for Drew Brees. I would like to apologize for Drew Brees apologizing for not liking the anthem protest. I would like to apologize for the fact that as much as I believe that Black Lives Matter and that Black lives have always mattered to me, I would like to apologize for not particularly being a fan of the Black Lives Matter movement. So all kidding aside, I am serious about some of these things. I think the apologies have gotten out of hand. I think that cancel culture is completely ridiculous. And I do struggle with the movement for Black lives. I think that there have been undercurrents of anti-Semitism. There have been claims that the government of Israel is engaged in systemic, they're not calling it racism, but a genocide. I think actually I've read this in some of the literature for Black Lives Matter, the genocide of the Palestinian people by the Israeli government. I cannot condone that kind of language. I object to some of the agenda that I've seen in some of the literature. Defund the police. We don't know exactly what they mean, and certainly congressional Democrats, they're giving lip service to the idea of defund the police, but what they're actually proposing and they're getting bipartisan support for is some restructuring, some prohibitions on certain kinds of holds. I would like to apologize for the Democratic Party, which is my party of registration for many decades, for not holding the union feet to the fire here on protecting bad cops. This has been going on forever. You now have a group of union heads opposing the revocation of qualified immunity. So will be very interesting to see what happens with the unions and with qualified immunity as we move forward. But qualified immunity has been extremely effective at protecting cops from disciplinary measures. Derek Chauvin should have been let go a long time ago. He never should have reached the point where he had an opportunity to murder, to suffocate George Floyd. It never should have gotten to that point.